Okay, today we're playing a game on Nepal. We are in the Gold SR range, and we will be playing Tracer the entire way through. And our current team composition is Reinhardt, Mei, Tracer, Hanzo, Mercy, and Lucio. So we only have one tank, which is as unfortunate as it always is. However, Mei is like half of a tank, so we're most of the way there. We're on Sanctum, where the wall can be like a little bit more annoying than usual just because of the shape. So but we're not super stoked to only have one tank, but whatever. We're on the console, by the way. He remembered before being like 20 minutes into the video. What a good job he did. So we're gonna go around the left-hand side. We're playing Tracer, so this is the way we would rather go. And oh fuck. So I could have gone better, the opening gambit could have definitely gone better. I would have also been pretty surprised. Basically, gotta be ready to slap that recall button, because you can die pretty fast as Tracer, only having 150 hit points. Remember when Zenyatta used to only have 150 hit points? God, those were some dark times. So, fight's broken out down here. Managed to finish off the frozen Mercy. This is really not where we want to be as Tracer, honestly, in such a confined location where we can't take advantage of our mobility. So this very quickly turns into a bad situation for us. I think we also lost a couple people fairly early on. We lost Hanzo. We lost 2 people. We were only down 1 person compared to them, so it's not exactly like it was completely unfeasible. So yeah. Yeah, we basically don't want to get into a fight in here, but the fight went in here, so yeah. They also have a Torbjorn, which is more inconvenient for Tracer than it might seem like, because when the turret, the turret, it doesn't have to aim to hit Tracer. It's just gonna hit Tracer. And it doesn't take a lot of damage for Tracer to be like, well, I guess I should probably stop fighting these people now. Fire Dwarf. There he goes. Bye, Fire Dwarf. Very scary, very scary. So we're coming around the backhand side. We managed to find Baby Diva. We could have just given her a smack right here, and that would have finished her off, rather than giving her the little bit of extra time where she might have found a way to survive. So we've almost got Pulse Bomb built up. We're going around the backhand side. We're going to try and bully Ashe. We could have taken longer to line the shot up on this one, because Ashe has got no fucking clue we're behind her right now. So we could have just waited an extra half second to get into a better position and line it up with her. Just make it less likely that she's gonna get away. Well, make it more likely we're gonna hit her, basically. And we were afraid of the dynamite. Ooh. I mean, I know what her plan was, but she definitely didn't do a very good job of it, because the plan must have been wait for her to come around the corner and shoot her in the skull. But she was in no way ready for us to come around the corner. So we tried to stick Tracer, didn't manage to stick Tracer. Mercy, didn't manage to stick Mercy, very sad. Aim better and all that standard fare. Oh, look, Mercy's here now. Oh, Mercy's dead now. Alright. Oh, Fire Dwarf. Oh, scary, scary. It's okay, he's dead now. Man, they're really scattered across this whole map, aren't they? We found, everywhere we go, we find like one hero. Yeah, oh. Man, I got really disorientated off that one for some reason. I suddenly just forgot where we were. So there's mines everywhere out here. Oh god, Jesus Christ. I'm getting that close to the mines. Yeah, this is all very inconvenient for Tracer. Not exactly very good at clearing the mines, but also can't really ignore the mines. Okay, I waited a little bit longer so he didn't just recall right in the middle of the lava, which would have been very, very sad. I assume we stuck Moira. Is that who we stuck right there? Because it didn't actually turn into a kill? Yeah, sad. So Pulse Bomb hasn't gone super well for us this game so far, which is kind of a big deal for Tracer. Not as big of a deal as it would be for someone like Genji or Moira, fucking hell. Or Sombra. I don't know what was wrong with me. Jesus Christ. Completely forgot what the hero's name was. So we decide we're going to go around this way. Torbjorn's turret is still super inconvenient. We're also not even really on a map where we can circumnavigate the turret super easily either, so... But it's alright, the enemy team, when we can We reliably just keep finding 1 or 2 people by themselves, which is pretty easy for Tracer to deal with by herself, honestly. Tracer does a lot of fucking damage. So we've almost got Pulse Bomb built up again. We're off skulking around, up to no good. That was very scary. That was very scary. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, should have just pushed recall. Don't be greedy, you know? If you're at risk of dying, which at 30 health, you're at significant risk of dying. You know, don't be greedy trying to survive. Just push the recall button. When in doubt, recall out, which is something I stole from someone else. Who did I steal that from? One amongst many. That was who I heard say that, and I was like, that's good. That's officially stolen. So, okay, even though we died, hey, looks like the fight went well. Even in our absence, we didn't even have to pulse bomb anybody. Pulse bomb ourselves! Come on! Ah. You gotta pulse bomb yourself if you got nothing else to do with it. So, that went pretty well, all things considered. So now we're on Shrine, which is a little bit easier of a map for Tracer to work with, because there's more ways to flank the enemy team. And, you know... you know, like, we obviously wanted the large health kit, which, fair enough, if you can get to a health kit rather than recall, that's gonna be good, but looks like we kind of lost track of where we were in the room. Yeah. If you can, you know, if you can get to a health kit instead of using recall, that's a lot better, but we didn't manage to get to the health kit. Blink better. Don't lose track of yourself in the room. Yeah, there you go. That's a good one. There we go. Oh, that was such good advice. What a hero I am. So, kind of an awkward fight breaking out. Moira, still alive. So, we just saw her tether. She's spraying this lady, so we should just turn over to her immediately. Moira being a higher priority target than Baby D.Va is. Or D.Va in general. A little bit hard for flankers to kill Moira unless you're, like, hit her real good. Ooh. See, this is why I'm bad at Tracer, is whenever there's a Junkrat on the map, I'm gonna do absolutely fucking nothing. Because I'm gonna trip over those bombs all day. That's literally all I'm going to do with my time, is trip over those walls. I'm gonna blink backwards. Oh, fuck, it was like 3 bombs behind me. Jesus Christ. So we just heard the tire, so we want to get out of the way. Tracer, not Tracer, Jesus Christ, names are hard. Mercy just tried to use her ultimate and then immediately died to the tire, so that went super well. Both supports are dead right now, so we really shouldn't be trying to fight. We're also going in really aggressively right now while recall is on cooldown. When recall is on cooldown, you gotta be real... Oh, fucking hell. When recall's on cooldown, you gotta be real cautious with how aggressive you go. And we went pretty fucking aggressive with it still on cooldown. So our team is actually starting to regroup now. So all these picks we've managed to get have actually resulted in something, because our team's here to capitalize on them. Because a very common issue that people who play flankers have is they're like, well, I got a bunch of picks, but nothing happened. Well, because you got the picks while half your team was dead, so they couldn't actually do anything with it. Because they weren't alive. Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright, so a little bit of a skip in the video right there. Doesn't look like anything happened, so whatever. So, playing Tracer, here we go, up the backside. Ooh, she had a fucking arrow sticking out of her face as well. How sad for her. So, Zarya's a little bit annoying to deal with as Tracer. Especially since, hey, you can pulse bomb someone and then Zarya saves them. Isn't that always just so very heartbreaking? So we managed to get the large health kit this time. We've got recall as well, so we're pretty much going to kill this lady. And I thought that was a little bit too early, but no, we got her. We got her. Nothing wrong with using the pulse bomb to make sure you kill Baby D.Va. Baby D.Va's kind of hard to kill as Tracer, and you killed the tank. It's worth it. I mean, don't be shy about using the pulse bomb to kill anyone, basically, because killing somebody's always really good. Yeah, punch that hoe. Punch that hoe. Oh my god, Reinhardt. Managed to kill... She did manage to get the res off, but we killed Mercy for it, so, hey. Definitely comes out in our favor all the same. Oh no, the orb! Oh, okay, alright, we managed to do it. Isn't that just the worst? Isn't that just the worst? The healers are right next to you, just hopping up and down, doing nothing. Oh, Jesus. Oh, we did not push recall fast enough. If a glowing Zarya is coming at you as Tracer, you better be hovering over that recall button, because she's gonna kill you real fucking fast. It's always slightly surprising how much damage, like, glowing Zarya does, but, you know, if you were to go into a nuclear power plant during Meltdown, you wouldn't be surprised by how much damage you took. Same concept with Zarya. When she's nuclear, she's scary. Zarya's scary in general. I wouldn't mess with Zarya. I wouldn't mess with anybody who can rip a fucking mounted weapon off the vehicle it's attached to, you know? So Maze managed to freeze a bunch of people. We didn't actually manage to do anything with it. I was busy thinking about just, like... I was busy just picturing Zarya ripping a gun off of a fucking, like, Jeep. And I was like, Jesus Christ, she is one strong lady. So, you know. So, what was going on? So, this happened. That's unfortunate. We have to use recall. Tried to stick Zarya. It didn't work. I'm not big on sticking tanks in general. Because, I mean, I was never big on it before they nerfed Pulse Bomb. And then after they nerfed Pulse Bomb, it didn't work out. It's even worse. No. Because, wow. It wasn't bad if you could actually kill the tank. That was the problem most people have. This fight's over. Our whole team is dead. We should not be trying to fight right now, really, because... Well, like, we're stalling it out, certainly, but the risk of death is very high when most of your team is dead, you know? But our team is actually managing to regroup, and now everybody's dead again. This is the other thing with, like, contesting the, because we've effectively staggered 3 people now. The thing is with contesting the point like that, even if you can stall it out for a really long time, sometimes your teammates are going to come up like, well, we're still contesting it, so I'm going to go fight in the point, which is what half our team did, and then they just ended up dying with us. So we ended up staggering not only ourselves, we ended up possibly baiting a few other people into staggering themselves as well. So we have Pulse Bomb. We really wanted that Mercy, but it didn't quite work out how we wanted. It's very good to stick the Moira when she's using Coalescence, but it's also a kind of a hard one to land, because she's moving kind of fast. It's the best time to stick Moira, though. Cancel her ultimate, and there's nothing she can do to survive it, so... So, Zarya's glowing right now, that's very scary. Our recall is on cooldown still, so we gotta be careful. It's alright, she didn't actually hit us at all, thank goodness. Everything went swimmingly. Got him. Easy peasy. Alright, so... Oh, we recalled back onto the trap. Oh, So I was gonna say, there's, like, 2 things you can do in that situation where there are not many people, contesting the point. You can either go and fight on the point, or you can go and try and kill the people who are coming back to the fight, because those people, for the most part, are just gonna be trying to sprint straight past you. So it tends to be very easy to kill them, because they kind of can't really stop to fight you, so they just kind of have to run past. Very brave play. I don't think I would have done it, but I guess we were pretty likely to die, right? So we might as well try and take somebody with us, I suppose. Well, got recalled back into the fight. There's Bob. Bob's very scary to Tracer for the same reason Torbjorn's turret is. He doesn't have to aim to hit us. Junkrat was still alive, so I don't really want to focus Bob at that point, because Junkrat was still alive for a little bit in there. And I'd rather kill an actual hero than Bob. That's one of the reasons Bob is, like, really annoying, is he ends up, eating cooldowns that you'd rather use on actual people, rather than the fake person that Bob is. Daddy, sorry. Sorry, Daddy, but you're a robot, and therefore not actually a living creature. So, who cares? So, miraculously, we've ended up winning, even though it looked like we were going to lose that about 3 times. We managed to make it work in the end. So we didn't really learn a lot from that video. It's okay, though. There's some questions in the email. Oh, thank goodness. Those are always there to save us at the end, weren't they? So that was the Steam right there you saw. Don't worry about that. Look, we got video games. Lots of video games. Slay the Spire is a really good game. You should go play it. Forewarning, Slay the Spire is extremely ugly. Because what you're going to do now is you're going to go, what the fuck is Slay the Spire? And you're going to type that into Google, and you're going to go, oh god, oh Jesus Christ. Because that's exactly what I did. It's very ugly, but the game itself is very good. So, you know, eventually it'll Stockholm Syndrome you into it to not caring so much anymore about the fact it's kind of ugly. But the gameplay's really good, so... anyway. Let's see. How high on a wall can you be and still heal people as Lucio? Is it the same range vertically as horizontally? I looked on the wiki but didn't see anything. It's a sphere around him, so it's the same vertical height as it is horizontal height. How does Tracer Alt Charge line up with Bridget's? I want to know how much sense it makes to saving it to stick Bridget as soon as rally starts each time. It kind of depends. Like, if you're playing well as Tracer, you'll completely outpace the Bridget by a mile. And it depends on, like, the kind of fights Bridget's able to get into, because if she never really manages to get into a melee with anybody, it charges up pretty fucking slowly. But if it's one of those games where, like, a lot of brawling is happening, she can build it up pretty quickly. A Bridget building it up pretty quickly is about the same as a Tracer charging it up quite slowly. Like, you should be able to use a pulse bomb, like, assuming that you and Bridget are both starting at 0, right? You should be able to build up a pulse bomb, use it, and then build up another one at roughly the time Bridget will be getting Inspire. Assuming you play, like, decently well and Bridget plays decently well. Assuming nobody does exceptionally, you should be able to get one off and build another one up before she gets to use it. I wouldn't worry about doing that too much. If you can do it, it's nice, but I wouldn't necessarily go out of my way to make that happen, because I've always preferred to just use Pulse Bomb to get, like, a quick kill here and there, or combo with, like, Zarya, you know, because Pulse Bomb Graviton is still very strong, because it just kills you through Transcendence. Yeah, so, Tracer's builds way faster than Bridget's, all things being, like, equal. If you can do decently well on Tracer, you'll beat the Bridget. So if you can do it, that's great, but, like, don't go out of your way to do it. It is extremely annoying when that happens to you as Bridget. There's also kind of like the thing where, like, if the Bridget's paying attention, it'll be quite hard to just, like, pulse bomb her out of nowhere. So yeah, I wouldn't go out of my way to do it, but that's sort of how the timing goes anyway. What do you think of my damage stat this game? That's the next one ahead. Nearly 9k. It was a pretty short game. We only played 2 rounds, so it's still kind of low, but it's not that much lower than I'd expect it to be. Really, I think like the average for this game would have probably been like 10.5k, not a huge amount higher. Which actually we would have probably made up if we landed our pulse bomb slightly better in this game, because we missed most of them. A couple got kills, but we didn't use pulse bomb super well this game. So if we landed pulse bomb a little bit better, that would have probably made up the difference, or close to it anyway. So it's kind of low for this game, but not that much lower. I feel I was able to put in a lot of work because there was no threatening crowd control, but I still often have trouble getting the medal. And I know Tracer is a hero that frequently can. My aims the first round wasn't the best, but the second round felt better. What do you think it should have been this game? Should I have taken gold from our Ryan? To be honest with you, I don't think I ever saw Ryan holding his shield up, so probably not. It's very easy to get the gold medal as Reinhardt if you're not playing Reinhardt like a tank. It's very difficult to get the gold medal as Reinhardt if you're actually playing Reinhardt like a tank. So, I don't think I ever saw him holding his shield up. So, like, yeah, you know, if you play really well, you'll take it from him still, but, like, Reinhardt does, like, a lot of damage if you aren't playing him as a tank. And about 10.5 is what I would have expected for how this game went, but, you know, we're not much lower than that. We're like a difference of 1.5k, not the end of the world, really. Did I take enough advantage of Tracer's kit? Does she have some secret passive ability? Not that I can think of. No, she doesn't. People sometimes don't realize how, recall works exactly, because people... I'll assume you know that you'll never lose health or ammo from using it, right? But what it does is it, like, tracks your health and ammo over the last 3 seconds, and it returns you to the highest point that you were during those last 3 seconds. So, people kind of worry about that sometimes. They worry about, like, timing recall correctly so that they get, like, the most healing and ammo out of it possible. It just picks the highest that you were at over the last 3 seconds and goes with that. It doesn't, you know. And you can never lose health or ammo from it, which I assume you knew that part, but, like, not everybody knows that it just picks the highest point you were at over the last 3 seconds. That's the only thing I can really think of. Yeah, I think we basically used Tracer's kit well enough. We didn't land Pulse Bomb that many times, but Pulse Bomb is one of those things that's kind of awkward to aim, just because Tracer's throw is so fucking weak. Like, Tracer has easily the worst throw in, like, all of Overwatch, doesn't she? You compare her to, like, anybody who throws something, she's the worst. Junkrat's got a better throw, Ashe has got a better throw, Anna's got the fucking arm of the gods. Like, fucking grandma sure knows how to pitch, doesn't she? God damn. During the Olympics thing, her icon was skeet shooting, wasn't it? Hers should have definitely been fucking shot put or something, honestly. She's got a great arm. And then Tracer, weakest throw is weak underhand lob. God, it upsets me. Granted, if she had a better throw, Pulse Bomb would be, like, way strong, and Tracer doesn't need to be any stronger, so, you know. But, man, you think about anybody else who throws, Tracer is terrible at throwing. She was a pilot. I guess, you know, probably don't need to worry about upper body strength too much if you're a pilot, but still. What am I talking about? Anyway. So, yeah, I think so. Basically, like, the thing that stands out the most is just that we missed Pulse Bomb a fair few times during this game, which is, like, kind of a big deal. Most heroes, like, you know, ultimates tend to be a pretty big deal, and Tracer's no exception. So, try it, you know, don't be afraid to, like, take an extra half second to line Pulse Bomb up, because it's one of those things where, like, if you land it, it kills the guy, right? So you don't need to worry about, like, doing it quickly, you know, necessarily. Don't be afraid to, like, take a little bit longer to line it up. And, like, that's true of a lot of aim stuff, honestly. You usually have longer to line the shot up than you think you do. So, don't, you know, and with something, like, something like as weak as throw as Tracer, you know. So, there you go. So, thank you very much for watching. If you did, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. If you felt I answered any of your questions from the email inadequately, please let me know. I know I'll try to expand further. If you haven't already, you can join our Discord and ask questions more directly and have a conversation about them, or just shitpost with us. And I hope you found the video helpful.